Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Capricorn for the month of February, or from whenever you view this video. Whenever you hear these messages is when you are meant to hear them. Keep in mind it is a general reading, and so it's not going to resonate with each and every one of you who are watching. So if this doesn't sound like your situation, doesn't sound like your story, you might want to check your other placements. Your messages could be there. So let us begin with the first card, and it is the Six of Water. Now, keeping in mind that this is obstacles that we are looking at. Okay, this would be a card of remembered pain. Somebody wanting to get back at someone for the pain that they've caused them is what that card is about. It's wanting to strike out at someone because you're hurting, or that you were, or you're feeling spiteful towards someone who's hurt you. You could be finding it impossible to forgive them. You could be resentful. It is a card of holding on to painful memories, emotions, and feelings, unable to forget. And so it has appeared to remind you that it doesn't serve us well to give in to the desire to strike back at someone just because we believe them to be deserving of it. We may feel that we are justified, but what purpose does this act of retaliation serve but to make us less and simply perpetuate the suffering? It could also be said that such an action would make us energetically the same as the person who indeed did harm us. Therefore, this card comes to caution against retaliation, regardless of the circumstances. There is always a better option than an act of spite. Anger used in this manner is rarely beneficial or healing. And of course, there's none who will remain untouched by it. Both the person who inflicts it and the person it is inflicted upon will be marked by it. The best revenge that we can mete out to anyone who has hurt or upset us is just to remain peaceful and emotionally detached. We can choose to be kind to ourselves to end our suffering by walking away and investing our time and emotions in something that is more worthy. Now, let us see what the next card is. It is the Eight of Air. Let's show it to you close up here. Okay. So the Eight of Air is a lot about the ego, truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned. It's also about the memory. And we were just talking about the memory in this card of the Six of Water. So, we are creatures driven by our ego. Our ego is in part our identity, the center of our consciousness. It is driven by our instincts and base desires, and constrained by culture and society. It can have us feeling confident and certain, or it could have us feeling uncertain and afraid. It could also employ one of several defense mechanisms to shield us from uncomfortable truths or a reality that we are not willing or ready to accept. So many of us are afraid of the truth. We can be so afraid of the truth that our ego will actually work hand in hand with our primal instincts and do whatever it can to protect us. If our ego is wounded or we've been taught to fear, the defense mechanisms employed may also be detrimental to good health, well-being, and to our relationships with others. Our need to feel safe, to feel good, to be right, to be better, to be needed, and to be loved can result in the evidence at hand, reality, being distorted and shaped to fit our perception of events so that what we want to believe is in conflict with fact. Now, it signifies the need, in this case here, to question our memory of past conversations or situations. Why? Because our memories are not always accurate. In fact, unless we are blessed with perfect recall, our memories can be distorted and our recollection flawed. Memories fade, and sometimes important details are forgotten. Sometimes our memories can become conflicted as one experience becomes confused with another. They can merge and mingle so that context and content are changed dramatically. There are also times when we become so focused on a detail that we no longer have any recollection of the true nature of the entire experience. We see the detail instead of the bigger picture. The bigger picture that we've blocked out. Memories can also be distorted by our ego, emotions, beliefs, perspective, understanding, perception, and our overall mental health and physical well-being. Simple changes in diet, a lack of sleep, and illness can hamper our ability to remember. And if our ability to remember is affected, then it follows that what we recall is only a partial memory, not necessarily a complete one. If you want an accurate log of your experiences, this card recommends that you keep a journal that you write in every day. Write everything down. Write the story of your life. That way, when you look back at a moment in time, you have a written account of that moment that, while still being one that is only from your perspective, will be more accurate than a memory alone. The Eight of Air signifies the importance of not giving our memories too much power or influence over our present. Yes, there are times when we experience moments that change our lives so dramatically that we will never forget them, but there are also times when our egos, as magical and as wonderful as they are, can alter our memories in order to make them fit a reality of our making. Sometimes they can rewrite the entire script, change the dialogue, and create a moment that never happened. And believing that it did will not make it any more real. Be sure that what you believe you experienced is really what happened here. Okay? Be sure that your recall is as accurate as possible. especially if you are currently caught up in a he said, she said situation, you see. Everything changes with the passage of time, including our memories. Sometimes it serves us better to remember that our memories can be altered and not allow them to confuse a situation in the present. When you are asked to question everything, sometimes that means questioning yourself more than anyone else. Your final message. What is it that you need to release? The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, you see, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle that you pull this card, it is a sign that a situation has peaked for better or for worse. And it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? You need to ask yourself. Almost certainly something from the situation that you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you need to let something go. Release any emotional baggage. Soon you're going to see what lies ahead. So move forward with as little resistance as possible. Yeah. I thank you for watching, for liking and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.